Chapter 5 still, and we're working on commas that separate. When we have an address, we'll use an address in a sentence. We want to use commas after each part of an address. The example I'm giving you here is the whole sentence. You should send the gift to Karen Valentine, 1234 State Street, Dallas, Texas, 75052. Before February 14. Notice there is no punctuation between the state and the zip. You want to think of your address as each part on a separate line. The end of the line is where you want to place a comma in a sentence. So after the name, you want to place a comma, which we did here because Karen is on one line. 1234 State Street is on another line, so you want to place another comma, and then the city, state, and zip is also there, and you want to place a comma after that. Now we're going to look at commas when you want to use commas with 3 or more items. When you have 3 or more items, you want to separate them with a comma. An example I've given you here is Tom, Dick, and Harry are 3 peas in a pod. We have 3 things that are alike, Tom, Dick, and Harry, 3 people, and we are actually going to separate them with commas. The next sentence we had milk, biscuits, and cream. So milk, biscuits, and cream, all probably referring to a meal, most likely breakfast. And so we're going to use commas to separate them. Now, you don't need to place a comma before the word and anymore. It used to be that's the way we were taught a long time ago, but that's not the case now. You don't have to place a comma before the word and, but if you do, it's also going to be right. Now we're looking at commas, conjunctions in a compound sentence. Now, conjunctions. We want to use commas before conjunctions. And when I talk about conjunctions, I'm talking about the word and, are, but, yet, and nor. And we want to use those words in a compound sentence. So this is what you're going to do. You want to skim your paper, looking only for the 7 coordinating conjunctions. Again, there are your and, nor, but, so, for, are, and yet. You want to stop at each of these words to see whether there is an independent clause on both sides of the word. If so, you want to place a comma before the coordinating conjunction. Now, this is what I mean. She wanted to buy a new car, comma, but she didn't have enough money to do so. So I see the conjunction but. On the left side of the conjunction, it says she wanted to buy a car, period. Complete sentence. On the right side of the conjunction but, it says she didn't have enough money to do so. That also is an independent sentence. And it's a complete sentence, and it can stand by itself as well. So what I want to do is combine the sentences together. That's where it becomes a compound sentence. Combine them together. And I'm going to use the conjunction to link them together. So she wanted to buy a new car, comma, but she didn't have enough money to do so. Same thing here. The wind blew fiercely and the rain poured down. So on the left side of the conjunction and, I have a complete sentence. The wind blew fiercely. On the right side of the conjunction and, I have another complete sentence. The rain poured down. Now again, I want to link them together, combine them together. And I want to use the conjunction to do that. So I'm going to place a comma before the conjunction and complete the sentence. The wind blew fiercely, comma, and the rain poured down. Now we're going to look at commas and introductory words, phrases, or clauses. When we have an introductory word, phrases, or clauses, this means that they provide background information or set the stage for the main part of the sentence. So the introductory clause, phrase, or word would describe where, how, when, or why. While I was writing, the phone rang. After the last guest left the party, we had to begin cleaning the house. So what you want to do is, after the introductory word, phrase, or clause, you want to place a comma. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to skim your paper, and you're going to look for, at the beginning of the sentence, the first 2 or 3 words. You're going to determine if those words are indicators, such as the word like while, because, when, if, or after. And if necessary, you're going to place a comma at the end of the word or phrase or clause. And this is what we're talking about again. While I was writing, the phone rang. And after the last guest left the party, we had to begin cleaning the house. Now, your introductory clauses usually begin at the beginning of a sentence. Words that begin the introductory dependent clauses are after, before, unless, if, when, while, because, though, as soon as. These are just a few. You're going to use commas after the clause for the rest of the sentence, and then you can complete your sentence. If they want to win, comma, athletes must exercise every day, and because he kept barking constantly, comma, we threw the ball to Smokey so he could play. Now let's look at commas that have consecutive adjectives. Now, these are not items, these are adjectives. So we're going to use commas to separate 2 or more consecutive adjectives that modify the same noun. In other words, we want to use this, it may be instead of modify, you might want to say to describe the same noun. So the example we have here is, this morning was a rainy start to a soggy, gray, cloudy, dark day. So we're describing the word day. The day is what? Soggy. The day is gray. The day is cloudy. And the day is dark. So we have all these describing the word day. So what you want to do is you want to place a comma after each description of the word day except the last description. And then you have it here. This morning was a rainy start to a soggy, gray, cloudy, dark day. The best thing to do is make sure you know the reason why you're using the comma. So once you understand that, you should use the comma effectively.